Yo, what's up guys? PSGL is the biggest and fastest Formula 1 racing league with esporters like Jarno Opmeer in PC F1. Let's see in which tier this controller sweat can end up. Obviously I race on PlayStation, so it's gonna be the PS tier, which thankfully is a little bit slower, but there's still 7 tiers, which the top 4 tiers are no assists. The 2 tracks where we need to send in qualifying time are Spain and Jeddah, so not my strongest tracks. But let's take a look at what they did in Spain last season. Looking at the qualifying times of F2, F1 had rain, so we cannot really look at those times. But F2, as you can see, the times are around low 11s, so that's around the goal for Spain. Then taking a look at Jeddah, F2 had rain somehow. So these are the times of PlayStation F1. And these are the times of F3. As you could see, F1 is high 25s and F3 low 26s. So I think like around the 26.0 would be a great goal for Jeddah. Now I knew that F1 would be a stretch, so we're aiming for F2 here. Let's head into my first run in Spain. What I did, I first started with some time trial, just took the world record setup because it felt good, and then went into qualifying and just did a whole lot of laps. So let's take a look at my Spain hot lap. Okay, let's start with Spain. Starting your lap, you want to start with medium and non, switching it off before the turn, and then start with 100%, go down to 65% and then brake on this line on the left hand side. Get on the power, as you can see, we straight away get into 100% power there. And this was a high downforce setup, as the world record setup is. Turn on the overtake, then turn it off. I'm not sure if this is the exact fastest ERS strategy, but apparently it worked for me. So going into the right hander, we took it a little bit tight. I think you can get on the power there faster. We go down to second for a little extra rotation here. There's still more track that you can use, but it is still decent. Then throwing the car in, going down to 4th gear, really focusing on the exit here as we are going into the last sector now. What is the sector split? The sector split is going to be a 49.9. Throwing the car in this last sector, hairpin, getting on the power. Some overtake used and then throwing it in, keeping it tight, not using too much of the brake there. And then getting on the power here, we're going to blast the ERS until the line here. It is a little improvement for our last time, but what is it going to be? Where is it going to put me? It's a 11.110, I think a 110, I cannot see it. For last season, that would actually put me in P4 in F2. So I'm quite happy with that. Yes, so that's the Spain hot lap. I don't think that was too bad, a 0.1. I still see people going faster, and I'm still trying to figure out how they're doing that. But yeah, let's take a look now at Jeddah. Of course, Jeddah, really hard track to get right. Just really tough track. So this one was a little bit harder, Jeddah actually. Although I thought my pace was better on Jeddah, but really hard on the controller. I'm not going to be the controller victim actually. It was okay, it's a good track, it's a fun track, but a really hard track. So I did again some time trial at first, then just took the world record and just went into the qualifying session. So let's take a look at my Jeddah hot lap. Okay, let's go on board for Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. As we turn on the overtake, turn it off at the line there. And here you want to cut a lot of the corner and then touch a small touch of the brakes there. Get on the power really nicely as we gain some time. And then this corner, really hard. Brake a little bit earlier and then throwing the car and getting on the power really quickly. I don't think that was perfect, but still we took a lot of speed through the corner. Then this is all flat out. You want to go into none and keep it flat. And we actually take a really weird line, which is not perfect at all. But we still do a 31.7. I still think there was some time. But throwing in this corner, also want to get on the power. You can see, use all of the tracks. Turn on the overtake and then into the tricky corner. There we made a little mistake. We touched the wall there. It cost us a couple of hundreds probably. But this corner was really nice and we're 2/10 up on our previous time, which doesn't really say anything because I was just doing times over and over. Then in this left-hander, throw it in and we're a little bit hesitant, getting on the power. It was nice, but it wasn't perfect. So yeah, overtake until 10% and then into the last corner, just about not messing it up, keeping the speed, Here we're gonna throw it in, getting a late apex, getting on the power. It's not perfect again, but we do gain some time. And we're gonna improve by 3/10. Let's see what it puts us. It is a 26.1. Yes, so there we have it. Now we wait a whole week. No, okay. Yeah, I was the one. I had to wait like a whole week for this. You guys don't have to wait. Let's see where we ended up. We got placed in F2. Let's go. I remember a long time ago when I started league racing, I was looking up to the guys in F1, F2. I'm really happy with F2. I'm really excited for coming season, and I'm gonna try to make a series about every race. Stay tuned for that. Now you know what it takes to get into F2 in PSGL, the fastest racing league on Formula 1 racing game. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you at race 1.